Today's episode is going to be very different from the usual. I am currently in Japan as I received special permission from the government to be here for work. However, one of the stipulations for entry was that I had to spend several days in this hotel room. Don't worry, I'm not sick, it's just one of the conditions for entry. And it's really not that bad, it's clean, and I do receive 3 bento boxes for meals per day. Now for the channel, I thought it'd be very interesting to share what's actually inside those bento boxes. I don't think it'll be 5-star cuisine, but at the very least, I might get some ideas that I could cook on the channel when I do get home. So with that, let's see what I get today. It is 7 a.m. on day 2 of my quarantine, so I need some coffee. We were provided with this 7-Eleven drip coffee. Let's see how this tastes. To make the coffee, you need a mug. I brought my own mug from home. It's an REI camping mug. Of course, the hotel does have mugs, but in these uncertain times, it's good to use your own. Anyways, let's open up one of these packs of coffee and see what's inside. This pre-packaged pouch of coffee has 2 little cardboard wings attached to it. It's a pretty nifty contraption that goes over your cup like so. And the top of this pouch says Kiritori, so tear. And what do you know? Inside, you see some ground coffee. Now, the instructions at this point say pour 200 milliliters of hot water. I'm assuming that is probably just 1 pouch full here. And there you go. We've got coffee. So yeah, 200 milliliters of coffee is not very much coffee. And I'm looking down into this cup here and it's not even half full. It might as well be drip espresso. I'm not sure if adding more water will dilute it down, so I'll just give it a taste as is. Okay, that's not bad. It's coffee. Just not a lot of it. Anyways, at 7:30 a.m., we get our first food delivery of the day. Hotel staff knocks on our door and just places the bento inside of a plastic bin at our doorstep. It also comes with a bottle of water. Anyways, let's get this on my desk and see what's for breakfast. Today's breakfast is from Chakas. Apparently, we are getting onigiri. Let me point out, we don't get to choose what's for breakfast. We just get what's delivered. So, here we are. Okay, this bento actually looks pretty good. This is a pretty good sized bento, much bigger than yesterday. And even with just these 2 onigiris, this would be pretty filling. But it also comes with some salad and some pork belly. Anyways, let me give this box a spin around so I could get it more easily. Now, let's see what kind of onigiris I'm dealing with here. This first one looks like a pretty ordinary plain one. I think I see some nori and sesame seeds. Yep, nori and sesame seeds. Pretty standard onigiri. And the second one I believe is a soy sauce onigiri, which is not too dissimilar from the yaki onigiri that I grilled on my channel last summer. Okay, now to see how this breakfast is. Let's start out with the soy sauce onigiri. Itadakimasu. Okay, so that's not soy sauce, that's actually a curry onigiri. It's not bad, nothing exciting, but also not bad. Speaking of not exciting, on to the plain onigiri with nori and sesame seeds. This should be pretty straightforward. Yep, that's just rice and seaweed. But that bite should go really well with this pork belly. I think this is just simmered pork belly in sauce. That sauce is curry. Alright, what else we got here? Looks like a little dumpling, probably a shao mai. Probably either shrimp or pork inside. Yeah, okay, this is a pork dumpling. Pretty standard Japanese and Asian fare. The taste is fine, but it is lukewarm, so I don't know how long ago this bento box was made before they delivered it to my door. Overall, I'd say this meal was about average, but far better than my day one breakfast. Ugh, talk about a sad, carb-heavy breakfast that was. Anyways, coffee should go well with this bento. You guys don't need to see me eat the rest of this bento box, but when I am done, all I have to do is place my trash back in the bin outside my door. Anyways, with the time change, I could get a little bit of work done while my colleagues are still awake. Then it's time for lunch. So a little bit past noon, I hear a knock on my door. So I guess lunch is served. Let's see what I got. Another box and another bottle of water. And back to my desk to see what's inside. Once again, we don't get a choice in what we're ordering. We just get what shows up. And lunch today is from Galette Stand. I really don't know what to expect. Oh, okay, it's a burger. Well, actually, now that I see what's in it, it's more of a sandwich. Probably a fish sandwich based on the mayonnaise on top. There's also looks to be a side salad and some fixins. There's also a very small portion of potato salad hiding here. See? There it is. Let's start with the potato salad. This should be pretty standard Japanese potato salad. Yeah, not bad. I could taste the richer Japanese mayo and a little bit of egg in it. It's good. Okay, you guys didn't come here to watch me eat sides, so let's go take a bite out of this sandwich. And just like breakfast earlier today, it is lukewarm at best. So we'll see how lukewarm fish sandwich tastes. Okay, so that's a surprise. This is actually breaded chicken with, I believe, a kind of miso paste. The mayonnaise on top and the shape of the meat really threw me off. But yeah, it's definitely chicken. Now, just like breakfast, it's not bad, but it's not great, and that's mostly due to the fact that it's showing up lukewarm. Now, all that said, even though we can't request our meals, we could supplement it by ordering convenience store items on Uber Eats. I've noticed really quickly that they aren't supplying us with any fruit, so I'm supplementing my diet with a bag of oranges and a bag of bananas, as well as some additional water. Anyways, I have spent my afternoon brushing up on my Japanese studies, and I hear a knock on my door close to 5:30. So, let's see what's for dinner tonight. And once again, our bento and water in a plastic bin out front. Let's see what we got. And the dinner bento box is the largest bento box of the day, just like it was on day one. Now, I can't see where this is from because the stickers are covering the name of the vendor. But who cares? I don't think you guys are going to any of these places anytime soon anyways. Anyways, let's crack this thing open and see what's inside and see what's for dinner. Okay, looks like there's quite a bit of variety here. Check this out. We have some fish, I believe it's a sardine, a rolled omelet, side salad, and some brown rice. And this is a big box with a big lid. I'm going to turn this around so that I could actually get to the food. Give it a spin. Perfect. Now I'll open up this new package of chopsticks. Break that open. And let's try out our dinner tonight. This looks like it's in some miso and mushroom sauce. It's also not flaking into bite-sized pieces, so I'm just gonna have to go for it. Alright, bones. There's always bones in Japanese and Asian fish. Yesterday's bento, which I believe was from the same vendor, was chicken teriyaki, so I didn't have these bones to contend with. Anyways, bones aside, the taste is pretty good. I do like the miso and the mushrooms, but once again, it is lukewarm. Okay, what else I got in here? I have a sweet potato, I believe. Yep, sweet potato. And oh, piece of karaage. That's some Japanese fried chicken. Watch it be fish. No, this is definitely karaage, fried chicken. When I get back to Chicago, I'm going to show you guys how to make this on the Weber Q. Once again, it's not bad, it's just not warm. And finally, Japanese omelet. Okay, nothing special. That's also cold, but that's actually supposed to be cold, so that's fine. I've also got some assorted pickled vegetables here. Okay, pretty standard, nothing special. And then of course, finally, we have the rice to mix with everything else. So overall, I give dinner about a 4 or 5 out of 10. Not great, but not bad. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and finish my dinner and be back for a recap later. Okay, fast forward to day 5 here in Tokyo. I am still in quarantine and still being delivered 3 meals per day to my door. There seems to be 3 or 4 regular vendors in rotation, and quite honestly, the food hasn't been too bad. That said, I wouldn't rate anything I've received higher than like a 5 out of 10. But that's really more a function of them delivering meals cold when they should be warm. I'm sure that getting these bentos directly from store actually would be quite tasty. But that said, I do have to ask, why don't they just prepare cold meals for us, like onigiri or soba? But then I'm thinking there really wouldn't be much variety to that, I guess. All that said, I think overall the portions were pretty good. I never really found myself to be hungry. Although I could see if you are a bit of a pickier eater, you might not thrive here in quarantine if you're not a big fan of seafood or heaps and heaps of rice. Now, the only meals that I truly did not like or find appealing was anytime they attempted a, quote, Western breakfast. Those were always pretty bland and sad. But in those cases, I was lucky because I was smart enough to bring my own oatmeal from home and added fruit and yogurt to it. All that said, everything was totally edible, and if you find yourself in a quarantine situation here in Japan, don't worry, you're not going to starve. Now, I wouldn't say I was inspired by any of the dishes here, but some of the bentos did give me ideas of what I can make on the channel when I get back home. For example, I know that I'll definitely be doing a karaage fried chicken, and I think I'm going to try my hand at some Japanese grilled fish. Let me know in the comment section below if you saw anything in these bentos that you think would be fun for me to try to make on my channel. I really wish that I was able to explore the Tokyo culinary scene while I was here, but it just wasn't possible on this trip with the health protocol in place. Maybe next time. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll be back in Chicago next week for my regular episode. Mata raishu!